Arsenal's stance on Gabriel Martinelli revealed after Gunners approached for summer transfer. Gabriel Martinelli is of interest to Turkish club Galatasaray, as Arsenal position on Brazilian winger explained. Galatasaray have approached Arsenal over a potential deal to sign Gabriel Martinelli. Football understands. The Brazilian winger remains a part of Mikel Arteta's plans for now, although the club's desire to strengthen the left wing, following their unsuccessful attempts to lure Vinicius Jr. to the club, has alerted other sides to the potential availability of the 25-year-old. Arsenal have already signed Christos Tzolis, who has been the main starter on the left during pre-season. The Greek scored against Girona on his debut, and then assisted from a corner against Real Betis. Martinelli scored just one Premier League goal in 30 appearances last season, although he enjoyed a strong Champions League run during the league phase, but failed to score in any of the knockout games on the way to the final. Football London understands Arsenal are unlikely to entertain the interest from the Turkish side in the short term as they look for potential alternatives for Vinicius Jr. However, should they find an appropriate candidate, it is likely to see a shift in stance on Martinelli's future. The player is believed to be happy in North London and has a desire still to play at the elite level, but the promise of regular minutes and the threat of being ousted by a second new arrival could change that. Arteta spoke to the media after the clash in Girona and suggested that there could be some moves in the coming weeks. Bruno Guimaraes was confirmed as a new Arsenal player, however, more deals are still expected. "We expect to have movements in the next few weeks, obviously," the Spaniard added, speaking after a 4-1 pre-season win over Girona. "We want to get better like anybody else, and you just can see the transfer market and our opponents, what we are doing. We won't sit still, and we are very ambitious with what we are doing. The margins are very small, because we want to get better, and the level is going to increase. We need to increase the competition internally. We need to make sure we identify the things that we don't have in the team." Arsenal could finally eclipse their record sale with Gabriel Martinelli attracting interest from Turkey. The Gunners' focus recently has been on Bruno Guimaraes and Vinicius Jr., but exits are also in the pipeline. Guimaraes is poised to join Mikel Arteta's side for £75 million after a compromise was reached with Newcastle, but the pursuit of Vinicius has ended in defeat, with the Brazilian forward set to sign a new contract with Real Madrid. Arsenal will now turn their attention to other targets as they chase a blockbuster deal, and while the identity of their alternative signing is not yet known, the groundwork is being laid. Leandro Trossard Besiktas, Jakob Kiwior Porto, Karl-Heinz Werder Bremen and Christian Norgard Everton are currently the only players to leave and bring in transfer fees this summer. It is something that sporting director Andrea Berta knows he must address, especially if a world-class forward like Julian Alvarez and a centre-back to cover for the injured William Saliba is to arrive before the deadline passes on September 1st. Martinelli has entered the final year of his contract with Arsenal, posing the possibility of his exit, over 7 years after he joined the club. The 25-year-old has 62 goals in 278 appearances for the club since his £6 million move in 2019, but his time may have come. Arsenal are reportedly considering a sale to Galatasaray, who are interested in landing the Brazil international. And were a move to come to fruition, it could see Martinelli become Arsenal's record sale, with the £35 million earned for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's move to Liverpool in 2019, surprisingly still the high watermark for the club. Their inability to sell well has become an issue for Arsenal, who have often seen their rivals outperform them. Trossard pulled in £17 million from Besiktas, while Norgard earned just £7 million from Everton. If Arsenal are to achieve their goals in terms of incomings, then Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus could become facilitators. Jesus has become a fringe player at Arsenal, with Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz ahead of him in the pecking order, and is attracting interest from Napoli and AC Milan. The 29-year-old's contract expires in June 2027, meaning this window is Arsenal's last realistic chance to earn a decent fee. Arsenal are understood to be seeking a fee in the region of the £17 million they got for Trossard, but as time ticks by in August, they could be forced to compromise. Arteta knows that Arsenal must strengthen their squad this summer if they are to stand any chance of defending their Premier League title in 2026-27. "We are really active, trying to improve and evolve the team. That's clear," he said in a post-match press conference after facing Girona on the weekend. "We expect to have movements in the next few weeks, obviously, because we want to get better like anybody else, and you can just see it. The transfer market and our opponents, what we are doing. We won't sit still. And we are very ambitious in what we want to do."